Okay, well, we're back here again, and welcome to the channel. We have another request video here this time around, and this one is from a gentleman named Alex, and he wants to know, are volunteer souls all twin flames? Which is a rather interesting topic, and the answer to that question is right off the bat, no, they are not. Now, I just want to mention something again here, all right? When I'm giving information on any particular topic here, keep in mind there are always variables and differences. Everything is not written in stone, so I may be talking about something that may kind of disprove someone else's experience, and that's not the purpose of the video. When I'm speaking in terms of, in general terms. It's not in any way disputing anyone else's experience in any other way, and I hope everybody understands that, all right? Okay, are volunteer souls all twins? No, absolutely not. The way I want to start this video off is keep in mind here that, and I think people forget about this a lot in the spiritual community, when people are leaving the planet, I mean, nobody always has to talk about dying and death all that much, but you have to understand that every day hundreds of thousands of people on this planet die, and there are hundreds of thousands of people coming in. So you have the coming in and you have the going out. Now, somewhere in the going out, and as this is a school of experience, it is a playing field, an actor's world, where we all can play parts and experience and gain, hopefully, valuable stuff and creative skills or whatever. At some point in time, everyone have to graduate. And at some point in time, everyone will hopefully graduate, I think. So you would have to assume that each day or each week that the innumerable amount of souls leaving the physical body, that there would have to be some, a handful, a dozen, 100, 200, I don't know. I don't imagine they would be in great numbers. Souls who are not returning, they are graduating. They are going back to their point of origin or to source or wherever they've come from. They've completed their journey. They've done everything they want to do. They've experienced every kind of relationship that's possible. They've experienced the negative, the positive, the creative, the destructive. They've done it all. And they leave, and they take all of that valuable experience or payload with them. And hopefully they've reached a higher vibration at that particular point, and they have, that they're not returning because they don't need to. So at some point, what happens is this is, as we know, on the planet right now, we are going through an evolutionary spiritual cataclysmic event, relatively speaking. The spiritual awakening on the pathway that we're going through right now is creating a lot of disruption, a lot of chaos, and a lot of misunderstanding, misinterpretation, and misappropriation of what's being given, what's being said, what's being done. And as everyone knows, that every segment of our society is in jeopardy. So at this particular point in time, you have graduates, volunteers returning. Now, I want to emphasize something here. These graduates that are returning and coming in as twin flames. Now, I want everybody to think about this for a moment. Do you think any one of you, and I know every one of you who's watching this is intelligent, otherwise you wouldn't be here if you weren't intelligent. You wouldn't be watching my channel, our channel, excuse me. You have to think about this for a moment. You have a graduate soul, a volunteer returning, all right? And we're talking specifically here about the twin flame community, the twin flame consciousness, the twin flame whatever. Now, this twin flame phenomena is a 3D perspective. It is a 3D limited perspective. Now, think about this for a moment. Do you think for a moment these volunteers coming back in, that before they come back in, they're calling themselves twin flames? Think about it. I don't think so. All right? Because these volunteers are returning, and these volunteers that are returning are picking different segments of society, different avenues of society. Let me enlighten everybody here. Nicole and I know a lot of what everybody else calls twin flames, all right? And they're not in the spiritual community, and I've mentioned this before. But this goes right by everybody because all they're focused on is that bloody twin flame obsession, all right? That's the only thing that matters. You got to be with your twin flame. Your twin flame this, your twin flame that, your twin flame going here, your twin flame doing that, twin flame, oh, banging somebody else, your twin flame doing that. This is all 3D poppycock and illusion. Because the volunteers coming back in prior to coming back in don't call themselves twin flames. They only call themselves whatever is necessary for the segment of society that they're coming into. A volunteer, all right, who comes in as a set of twin flames or a twin flame by themselves, you think they're going to give a shit when they leave? They're going to go back and sit down with all of their like-minded souls and spirits and say, hi, I'm twin flame so-and-so. They're going to look at you like you're some kind of an idiot. And he's going to say to you, you need to go back again and redo it because you got hung up on twin flame. So what I'm saying to you is people from a 3D perspective don't understand a volunteer is a volunteer. They come in where they're required and needed. And right now, where they're needed the most is in the twin flame community because it's the twin flame community that needs the most help. All right? Because it's a mess here in the twin flame community. In spite of what a lot of other people are saying, oh, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, twin flames are coming together, that's just not so. From the twin flames that I know, and in some cases they don't even call themselves twin flames, they don't even have any recollection of what a twin flame is, and I don't tell them that Nicole and I are representing the twin flame energy, or the twin flame connection, or the twin flame trinity. All right, that's another topic, by the way. I'll slip that in somewhere down the road. So volunteers come in and they're in every segment of society. We know what everyone else out there understands to be twin flames, who are in the medical profession, in the political scene, who are the CEOs of companies, insurance companies, banks, etc., etc., etc. They're in every segment of society on the planet. They're not in gigantic and huge numbers, but there's enough of them there to start making a difference, all right? And they're making that difference. So, as I said, do you think they call themselves twin flames before they come in? I don't bloody think so. Come on, grow up. All right, let's get some spiritual maturity going here somewhere. All right, and when they leave, and they go back and they're going to be amongst their peers again, their equals in different dimensions and timelines around. Hi, I'm twin flame so-and-so, I'm twin flame so-and-so. I don't bloody think so. And I'll tell you, when I leave, I couldn't give a rat's ass what you call me, as long as you don't call me late for lunch. While I'm here, I'm representing in the spiritual community the twin flame concept. This is where my expertise is in this particular situation, and the same with Nicole. The label, the name of itself, is irrelevant. The problem is so many have got caught up with the elitism, the cultism, and the obsessionism of the twin flame culture, all right? So no, volunteers are everywhere, and they don't call themselves twin flames. The volunteers that come in are in every segment of the spiritual community also, and they're coming in for the purpose of changing that. The reason here that so much significance and importance, I think, is given or templated or downloaded or created in the twin flame area, all right, is because it is a very important piece of the puzzle. One of the things that we do know is this, is in my exposure to twin flame groups and my exposure in general terms with people at a council where I work with, the biggest area in our society right now that's having a lot of problems, who is becoming more and more dysfunctional as each decade or generation comes into play, is relationships. And all you need to do is to go into any twin flame group on Facebook or any twin flame group that's up on YouTube, and you can see the confusion that's going on, all right? And I'm not saying anything bad or judgmental or critical about anything, because I'm just stating a fact. Why people think I'm nitpicking on people when I'm just stating a fact of what's obviously out there. But I'm one of these people, is I'm not going to sit there and say nothing while others wouldn't say shit if their mouth was full of it. There's so many of you out there, all right, who know full well as I do, that 95% of what you see up on YouTube and most of what you see in a lot of the Facebook groups is nothing but bullshit. But you're not going to say anything because you're too nice or you're scared you're going to get kicked out of a group. But you don't say anything. So you leave it up to me to say it. And I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem. But the relationship template is one of the most important, and it's changing. So therefore, you have these volunteers strategically located in certain numbers, volunteers who are in the twin flame community. That doesn't mean that's all there is. There's more everywhere on the planet. And I hope that people can understand that. The difference being is the relationship template is a very, very important one. And it is and has become a focal point, or the prime directive, if you want to use that term. I like that term. Where have I heard that before? The prime directive for a lot of volunteer souls coming in, using the vibrational templated label of twin flames to actually work with the relationships and change them. And this is what is going on. The idea here of people thinking that twin flames is nothing more than about a relationship is wrong. It's about a union within self, first of all, and then a union with another person, which creates a new template for relationships as they come together in a different format. And this is why the volunteers have come in for that purpose. All right. This doesn't necessarily need to be a long video, but I just wanted to put that in because Alex did request it, and I wanted to kind of throw my socks in the fire here. And I'm sure I created a lot of questions and some comments from some people who will probably say, well, I don't believe in twin flames. Yes, I do believe in twin flames, but only while I'm here in 3D reality, because that's all it is, folks. Whether you believe it or not, the twin flame label, all right, that's going on and it's exploding everywhere in the spiritual community, is nothing more than a belief system that is perpetuated, created by those individuals who are excited about the event that's taking place, the changes of relationship. And as they are excited and enthusiastic, what happens is we're getting a lot of individuals who are not volunteers, who are giving information, attempting to tap into what they can't tap into. And what they can't tap into, they can simply fabricate, if you will, and put it out in that way. So I will kind of leave it at that, and you can dwell on it, nosh on it, smile on it. But the twin flame label is only for a certain amount of volunteers, and they don't call themselves twin flames before they come in. And when they go out, they don't call themselves twin flames, because the 3D twin flame belief system exists only here in this reality and in the astral planes, where there are angels, guides, and teachers at a certain vibration who are connected with 3D reality belief systems here in the physical through certain individuals who could be called a medium or a channel or an empath in that particular perspective. So there is actually two places where the belief system resides. All right. And even these people here and non-physical believe in the term twin flames. It's an illusionary term that can exist only in 3D reality and nowhere else, but is perpetuated in some of the lower astral planes through some guides and teachers in that perspective. That should create some feather ruffling. Ooh, there he goes again, that nasty Melvin. He's at it again. Have a great day.